There we go. So what do we got going on, Dave?
We have going on, Chris. Yeah, we've already talked about the wah.
So we got the wah, which is a ancient, morely chrome
power wah.
Power wah.
Yep. Somewhere from, I don't know, late 60s.
60s to 80s.
Yep.
I'd say probably 60s to 70s, probably at the latest.
That's what I was guessing, maybe early to mid 70s, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And we have...
So where does that go?
That is first going into the board is the wah. I'm on a straight clean sound now. A lot of people will usually have the compressor next. I actually found that I like it there after two kind of mild overdrive type pedals. And I read on the Keeley website, this is a Keeley compressor, I read on their website that, is it Robert Keeley, is that his name? I don't remember that. And he actually suggested he liked having this compressor after a couple of the overdrives. Which is kind of funny because I kind of found that and thought that seems kind of unorthodox.
Yeah,
I really
right.
liked it, and then I read that
Expect
he was
it would
saying
either be
that
first
too.
or last.
Yeah, and he was saying the same thing. So basically, I have that compressor on a lot. I just like it for the kind of twangy. That kind of sound I think sounds kind of cool. I got this set up the EP booster, Exotic Effects, for a little bit of a slight overdrive. You know, that kind of thing. Without it, so it's a subtle kind of thing.
Yeah. Just a slight breakup.
Like that. I have the TC Electronics Mojo. It's kind of funny when I have these pedals set up. So I actually have a few different channels set up on the amp for certain pedals. So generally, I'm in channel 1 on the clean sound. Generally, or I'm going to get channel 2. But generally, I have, on this one, I have a slight overdrive. That's my second
Your
channel.
bass
So
tone,
it's a little bit more overdriven, and I like that one on that particular channel. I think there's a nice kind of stratty kind of sound.
Right.
It's really great for that kind of those sounds that I always like. Those kind of. So that's what I use that Mojo for. That kind of, it's a little different sounding overdrive the way I have it set up than the EP is.
Right.
So it's just a little saggier, kind of compressed, kind of whatever. So.
Well, I know if there's one thing that we like here, it's saggy.
We like saggy.
We like it saggy.
We do saggy well.
We do.
So that's the first three.
Right. So where does it go from there?
Well, then from there it goes into the Seymour Duncan Tweak Fuzz, which I generally run on a sound that's kind of, well, actually it's kind of funny. I have one setting set up on my amplifier for that is very quiet, like there's hardly any signal.
And then you use the giant
and
boosty fuzz tone.
Yes, I've got 3 fuzz pedals I use on top of that because they were pedals that I thought sounded best when they were really loud. And then they were always too loud for the other pedals. So, because that's about the same volume as the other pedals were with basically no signal.
Yeah, right.
But I really like that. Again, that kind of...
Well, some fuzzes you have to do that with, though.
Oh, absolutely. That's just it. And I kind of like that. Has that really kind of like, not even super fuzzy, just really compressed, warm, milky, creamy again.
Creamy. Give him with the creamy, Dave. It's actually a really nice fuzz.
Yeah, it has that really warm, you know, kind of think of that like... How would it go?
Oh boy!
There we go, something like that. You know, I always like that sound, or it kind of, you know. So again, it's a really usable. To me, it's almost like a, you know. that kind of.
It's almost Sabbathy.
It is.
In a
It's
way.
almost like a really super hard overdriven amp is not so much a fuzz, you know. So that's what I use that one for. Then it goes into the super badass Variac fuzz.
Super badass indeed.
Now that one from on the recording might not. I should have maybe a little more volume. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit.
Might not sound all that different. This one's a little more like a clipped kind of fuzz.
Ooh, that's nice.
You know, it's almost like you hear that signal kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like, you know, cool in a really shitty kind of way.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Shitty in a cool kind of way.
Yeah. We'll never know which.
You know, kind of reminds you of.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really sounds how much it sounds like that, but it's kind of what we're
Kind of
going
that
for.
ballpark, though.
Right, kind of that kind of thing. And then I have a Behringer Super Fuzz, which is like the best kind of. I guess they don't advertise it as an octave fuzz.
And
but
this
it
is
sounds like one.
This is my favorite like sleeper fuzz pedal.
Oh yeah, and
It's
like,
so good. I want to do a video. We could maybe do a video of this later.
We should
'Cause
actually.
this thing is freaking. And for what, $20 new?
$20.
Crazy.
That sounds great to me.
God.
Like, you know. You know, it sounds just snarly weird. It's actually kind of cool if you roll
It does a lot too.
Yeah,
For
it really
like
does.
I mean, you got your what, 3 settings? I want to say. We try and zoom in on that shenanigans. Got a fuzz 1, fuzz 2, and a boost.
Yep.
But it's really good for. I mean,
yeah.
I'd even say not for the money. It's just a really good fuzz.
It really is.
Because I was
man.
initially going, well, for $20, but it's actually, I'd pay $100 for this and be like, pretty damn good fuzz.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just, it sounds great.
Yeah,
me.
exceptional.
You
Very
know?
exceptional.
It's like I actually bought this fuzz for somebody as a
It's
present.
a student, right?
Yeah, and I thought he was just kind of getting into the fuzz thing. I thought, well, let's buy a cheap fuzz. He'll really like it. It'll be cool. And I just tried it out when I got it home, and I thought, man, this is really great. Like, I'm gonna buy him another one. I'm gonna keep this one.
Fucking kid ain't getting this pedal.
Yeah. Sounds great, you know. I think it's kind of cool too when you back the tone knob off and play a little lighter. It still is that. It's kind of becomes like a usable, like kind of rhythm fuzz.
Yeah, it kind of does. Oh my god. Yeah, that's wonderful.
So I really,
Yeah, really.
like
I mean,
that a lot.
really good fuzz. Like I mean, I can't say enough good things about that thing for the price. It's just ridiculous,
fantastic.
and it kind of flown under the radar too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, nobody really talks about it, despite it being like, you know, a really versatile, exceptional fuzz.
Right. And I've tried to I don't know. You just always think you can find something better. I've tried to replace it with more expensive fuzzes. And,
Well,
it
and
never
but
gets beat
for
out.
reference, when Dave is talking about replacing things and trying things out, let's go to the wall here, and this.
The Wall of Doom.
This is the Dave Wall of Doom. And this is the stuff that isn't on pedalboard number 1. Lots of pretty good stuff, actually.
And that's Bob on the couch
Well, I'll get to him.
in a reverse fetal position.
Yep. I think he doesn't trust us entirely.
He's wise. Wise
He-
behind his ears.
he is.
He shouldn't.
He knows better,
You know better not to mess with me, bro.
bro. And this is... And this is this it? This isn't everything, right?
Yeah, I think actually.
Or this is it?
Yep, should be
Okay.
about it. I do believe.
And then we got the big bad wah. The couple of these shenanigans. And looky here. ADA MIDI controller.
Yeah, it's still working good.
Still working like a champ many
Man, I've
years
had
later.
That thing through like, oh my god, so many bars and beer spills and all that stuff.
Oh,
that
God,
thing is,
right?
like, still working, man. It's like, and I bought the thing I think in like 1991 maybe.
Yeah, that's about right.
Still
Yeah.
works, you know. But oh yeah, and then the I guess
Oh, let's
the
get down
last
here.
one on is the.
And this is the
Andy
last of your
Timmons-
front end, correct?
Yep. The Andy Timmons Overdrive, or whatever it is, and I really like it. It's a nice pedal. I've got it set up. It's really pretty versatile. I've got it set up so it's kind of my gainy.
Is this the one that kind of
shredding
replaced
tone.
his the gain channel on his Lone Stars? Is that what I've been hearing?
You know, he had a couple different. He used the BB preamp kind of thing a lot, and so I think so. I think it's kind of replacing kind of his hotter sounds, but it's a really nice. It's a nice kind of warm sound.
Yeah, it
to
is.
It's really gaining. I mean, that's most, but that's for me. I mean, that's all the way up. That's enough gain that I would ever use.
Yeah.
So that's kind of.
I mean, that's pretty high gain for a pedal,
yeah,
really.
I think so too. And I really like that one. It sounds really, really good. And I go into the TC Electronics Bonafide Buffer,
Wow.
which, you know, different people say different things about the buffers, but I don't know. To me, if you're sitting in front of your amp in
Yeah.
a quiet environment and you're playing clean, I felt like I could tell a difference with going through all the pedals with the buffer and without.
Yeah.
Just like, and it sounded like, I don't know.
Well,
That
there's
it sounded the same as if you plug straight into the amp or with
Yeah.
the buffer where like they advertise it, but it's actually it's close.
There's
It's in that
supposed to be
ballpark.
some logic to that too, like what we were talking about, like, you know, like you're not supposed to run all true bypass,
Yeah.
but then you're not supposed to run all buffer like Boss
Right.
pedals either.
Right.
So there's supposed to be like a happy medium, and I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments
Yes.
and be like, "You're an idiot." I'm like,
Right.
all right, whatever.
Well, isn't there even discussions about putting the buffer before everything?
You know, I've
heard people say
gone on because I've agonized periodically about how you should run stuff, because sometimes you just second guess yourself and like, well,
Yeah.
God, you know, like so and so runs it like this and it sounds great. Speaking of which, I was looking up how to run a whammy pedal the other day, because I'm
Yeah.
thinking, is there a different way to run it? And then I saw a thing that Tom Morello runs everything in the effects loop,
Oh,
wah
wow.
pedal, everything.
Interesting.
And so I tried
Yeah.
running when I had that the EXH Slammy.
Mm-hmm.
It does sound way better in the effects loop, because then you're whamming. You're not like, you know, whamming a distorted signal. You're whamming a clean signal.
Sure.
But yeah, it's one of those things. It's apples and frickin' oranges, really.
Well, yeah, it's
like,
all what you like. I know I found, and I've read that people talk about this, about the weird things you run into if you have a buffer before a fuzz pedal. How
they respond weird, right?
Almost like it scrambles like the signal.
signal,
or something.
yeah.
And I did try that, and I found it
Not
like,
so good?
Like, oh yeah, like it was unusable pretty much.
Wow.
So that's what I found. Again, I felt like I could tell a pretty decent difference when I was running through the buffer or not.
Mm-hmm.
I did try a few times plugging directly in, and then using the buffer through the pedals. And I don't know if you ever beat plugging directly into an amp. Are we rolling?
We are rolling, dude. And this is Dave's tiny pedal board.
Yes. Which isn't really all that tiny, but
No,
it's like the smaller, reduced, simpler, smaller
Yes.
system thingy.
Thingy with stuff.
And we have.
And what do we got here, Dave?
I'm playing through PV Classic 50.
And this is-
most of our videos.
And this is kind of your rig you designed around playing through a clean amp, correct?
Yes, for the most part. Yep, it's pretty much
Okay.
all just straight clean. It's not like the other one where it's a few certain channels for certain pedals and all that. It's just
Right.
pretty much a clean sound through 90%, and I have one pedal. I think I use a mildly distorted sound for
Okay.
it, generally. So yeah, the
Cool.
clean sound. It's pretty standard clean.
Yep.
Maybe more volume?
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, that's good.
The first pedal is a what is it called?
The Crybaby 535Q. I just
535Q.
read
I'm
off the
glad
back
you saw
of it.
That. I knew it was a Crybaby, and it was
The
something
Crybaby
Q,
of some
but I couldn't
variety. It's
remember.
Q.
But it's a real
What's
adjustable.
the Q stand for,
Right,
Dave?
yeah, you know.
Well,
Make up your own.
we don't ask, we don't tell.
We don't tell. But it's super adjustable. You can go through like I think 6 different kind of types of wah sounds.
I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna try and zoom in.
Yeah, I'm not
You
sure.
can
where
kind of
it's
see
set.
there's a knob on the side there.
Yep.
And
There's a drive boost on here.
oh, there it is, right there. It's a
that
red
you
knob.
usually not using, and then there's a couple knobs over here that just adjust the volume and EQ shaping and all that kind of stuff.
And they just control the talent and overall sexiness. Then
That's right. That's
fair enough.
right.
That does happen.
It
You
sounds
gotta
like a wah.
control it, Dave.
Right. Sounds like a wah to me.
Yep, it's very wah-like.
so it's a pretty good. It's a cool wah for like the second board. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you know, I prefer a lot of the more full big throw. And
The big throw,
other
yeah.
one, but this one actually, I really like the way it sounds. It's really usable. It's like when you back it all the way off.
It's a little too dark.
You know, it's a little dark. But it's funny though if you use it through different drives and different things, and sometimes it sounds just.
Oh, you can get
right,
around that.
you know?
Yeah, you can get
so
around
it's
that.
Like, but actually, you can adjust to that how dark you want it to be when it's all the way off.
Yeah.
So I was kind of trying to get it to be like almost too dark to almost like not too bright, but I wanted to really hear that big.
Yeah,
you know?
the sweep in it. Yeah.
So I kind of compensated for it having a little bit darker on the low end.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I like it. It's a good. Like I said, this is kind of my backup board, which.
And are you kind of running your compressor all the time then?
For the most part, I do.
Okay.
It's a little more compressed than maybe a lot of people like, but I like to have.
So
it,
that's what
you
I
know.
like too. I like how you set yours.
Yeah, I like to have that. You know, that kind of chicken pick. Like I like that snappy chicken. So I kind of feel like if you kind of pick it a little lighter, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't get so compressed sounding.
Right.
You know, so if you were to play, you know, kind of. Still sounds compressed, but I like being able at any time to have that, you know, that kind of sound. So I leave it compressed a little hotter than some would, but you know, it's all good. But yeah, that's the Wampler Eagle compressors I really like. Super adjustable. It's one of my favorite compressors for sure. I really like it.
I've heard good things.
Yes, you've heard right, Chris. Then we go into a Keysman, which I believe this is maybe called a Thunderbird. It's two different pedals in one. And I believe this is supposed to be kind of like a tube screamer, but kind of eliminating a little of that mid-range kind of bump.
Oh, right.
And it does have definitely... Might sound just about the perfect.
That's
You kind of get that Texas-y kind of thing, you know, is the way I'm using it, I guess. But I'm not sure what this one's supposed to be like, but it's kind of a little darker. I have it set up to be kind of like a, you know, again, that kind of bluesy kind of stratty thing, but a little darker sounding.
Oh, yeah.
So again, when you hear it, it's a lot snarly and brighter.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that one with the tone knob rolled down. It almost sounds kind of like early Clapton kind of.
Yeah, it does.
I really like that sound. I think it's a nice sound. And that goes into the Boss 59 Bassman like modeling pedal, which I usually don't have a lot of those on my board, but I kind of liked what this one gave. It's a little different. It has a different kind of, you know, again, kind of a bluesier kind of thing. Kind of snarly kind of sound. Again, if you compare it to this, you know, it has a different.
Oh yeah, big difference.
Kind of sound. It's a little, I don't know, I guess basement-ish.
It's very basement-ish.
So I use, yeah, I like that. It just kind of gives it a little, you know. It has that low end kind of.
Yeah, it's got a lot. Yeah, it's got a good low end to it.
And again, I just put this on the board. So I may tweak with it depending where you're hearing it. It might sound kind of bassy or it might sound kind of bright. It's, you know, I move my head here.
Yeah.
It sounds brighter. So I don't know. It sounds good. So I think that's pretty cool. I then go into the Mini Fuzzface.
Mini Fuzzface.
Yes, which I think is considered the Band of Gypsies fuzz.
Is it? Okay.
I think is what it is. And you want a clean sound. It's got that really kind of bitey. You know, you can hear that spiky, bitey fuzz, which is kind of, again, crappy but kind of cool. But I actually stack that sometimes with this pedal, which gives me more of that woolly kind of. That's just like almost too much.
Yeah, it is
like,
almost.
kind of fuzz.
And then depending on your volume, that would either be awesome or unusable.
Right, exactly. You know, from where I'm sitting,
pretty good.
I like it because it has that just
solid,
squishy kind of. But you can actually tamed that pretty well with the volume knob, kind of. Yeah, that sounds actually.
It should also be noted that it probably sounds like that because of the jewels.
Absolutely. It's the mystery pedal that maybe we shouldn't reveal.
No, I don't think we should.
It's a custom-made pedal made for me.
Yeah, it's boutique.
It's a high roller in the music business.
Yep, it's a boutique, Dave. We'll leave it at that.
Yep.
A custom one-off boutique.
Indeed it is. And I also was going into this Electro Harmonix Octavix. I actually find this is one of the pedals that I do like to use on a mildly distorted tone because I just think it sounds cooler. Sounds pretty. Just again, it's an octave fuzz. I used to think they sounded like the worst thing in the history of the world.
Me too.
Not
Every
at all.
time I heard Satch use them, I would just be furious.
Yeah,
and then like I got older, I'm like, that's a fucking cool tone.
Yeah, what is with? Yeah, I know. What causes that to happen?
I don't know. We're old.
I know.
That's
Baldness.
you can
Baldness.
old and
Male
bald.
pattern baldness.
Yeah, I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head, sir. A combination of advanced age and hair loss
Maybe.
caused. Well, actually, you know, Satriani is now also very bald.
Well,
So I think
we go.
that's
We're
what it
onto
is.
something
I
there.
think we
We're
are
onto
onto something.
It just sounds good on a clean sound. It's a little, you know.
A little too much, I found.
You know, where I'm saying it gets, you know.
Because I have this exact same pedal and the
Yeah.
exact same problem. When you run on a
Super
dead
abrasive.
clean, it's like, ee.
Yeah, I don't really dig that so much. But again, maybe 10 years from now, I'll be like,
Yeah, we'll be
"Remember
like,
that tone we didn't
yeah.
like in that video? How can I get that back? It's so awesome.
Yeah, why didn't we use straight clean and octave fuzz all the time, Dave?
know.
I don't know.
Stranger things have happened, Chris.
That'll be when we hit like 70.
Right.
We'll be in the clean channel octave fuzz
Yeah, maybe.
stage of our lives.
Maybe.
Now, the most important part of
Yes.
this pedal board,
Yes.
I must say, is the construction of the pedal board.
Yes.
Which, give us a little detail on this, if you would, Dave.
Yes, I just actually made this pedal board. It was actually my
Let's see if I can get down there and get a look at it.
grandpa's, like, it was kind of like an antique Pepsi container. Like, you'd see people, like, haul around, like, stadiums, and they'd be, you know, back in the day, bottles of Pepsi and stuff. So, with her permission, I kind
With
of
their permission.
made it, have a lid on it, and she covered it, God bless her, with this wonderful 70s style floral
Yeah, it's
whatever pattern. It is so
Video
gross.
does not do this thing
No,
justice.
it is the absolute
If I can get
grossest pedal board I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't think of this first.
Well, we could make you one.
Oh man, I would use the hell out of that.
We need to make that happen.
I would use that with pride because I'm
Well-
actually putting together a tiny pedal board.
Oh, well then we gotta pick out some fabric.
Yeah, we gotta go pick out some fabric together, Dave.
Two bald guys.
Yeah, that doesn't look weird
Let's
at all.
hold hands with
Yeah, nothing weird about us.
Let's go to Walmart shirtless.
Yeah, no, we'll wear our matching Matoverse electronic shirt.
Oh, there you go.
That won't
There
be
you go,
weird
Matt.
at all. Yep. Cheap plug for
For
Matt.
you.
Yep. It's all in the free advertising, folks.
Right. And I guess we got it all. Well, actually, I do use this one.
The mystery
Kind of
pedal,
my-
right?
The mystery pedal. The custom.
Custom boutique mystery pedal of Dave's.
Yeah, which is kind of a good. You know, kind of a.
It's a good high gain.
Kind
Good
of
high
like, yeah,
gain.
good, aggressive, classic, almost Van Halen-ish kind of.
Yeah.
You know,
Kind of martially.
it is. You know, and I like that. It's splitting the pickup and turn the volume down a little bit. You do kind of get that.
Mystery pedal.
That kind of almost AC/DC-ish kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it sounds really good for the shreddy thing with the compressor. Because you get a really nice, you know, kind of that nice, you know, that kind of sound. It really, the tapping just kind of feels easy to play kind of thing.
Yep.
So it kind of is
Smooth.
like, you know, so I can get clean kind of twang and a little bit of jazzy sounds, some shreddy stuff, retro fuzzy things and bluesy things. Like I like trying to get all those things. And again, you know, I'm not trying to get them all to sound perfect, but
Yeah.
you know,
Just
if you're
getting you in
going
the
for
ballpark.
a jack of all trades kind of thing. Again, it's the small board, and it really
Yeah.
does close to everything the bigger board does. Just a little.
The only
you know.
thing you're really missing, which you can't really do on that amp anyway, is effects loop stuff.
Absolutely, that's
And
why
the
I
thing
don't
doesn't have an
effect.
effects loop, so you're
Right.
not, you know, that's there you go.
So I thought this is my simple amp setup. I'm not gonna have any delays or anything. There's reverb on the amp that I'll use a little bit, but
Yep.
you know, I generally like it pretty pretty dry anyway,
Yep.
my good
Oh,
man.
I know.
You know, you
I know
more
how
than
you like
anyone.
it, fella.
You more than anyone.
Yeah,
would
right.
know. And we have to end every one
Yep,
of these
with
videos
the wah.